Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Devin and thank you for coming to visit. Please be sure you're subscribed and to hit the bell notification next to it so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how I pre-part my hair using the rubber band method before I do any braids, twists, or anything like that. So I'm going to be starting on blown out hair, and if you're interested in seeing how I got this blowout, I'll leave a link to the video in the cards above. So there's a few things you're going to need for this process. Your favorite set of combs and or brushes. You may or may not use them, but it's always nice to have them on hand. Next, you're going to need just a couple of duckbill clips to keep all of your hair separated. Next, you're going to need some kind of gel or edge control, and the one I'm going to be using today is the Shine and Jam Conditioning Gel with extra hold. And the star of the show, you're going to need hair elastics. I don't like using rubber bands because I don't care what anybody says, they pull my hair and they're too tight and annoying no matter how much I use them. So that's everything you need. I'm going to be showing you how I part my hair so where my twist or my braids are nice and full, nothing's too spacey, nothing's too tight, and I get really good results when I braid my hair. So I'm going to start by sectioning off the back portion of my hair, and it's going to be a straight line from the top of my right ear to the top of my left ear. From there, I'm going to go through and start creating the separate parts. This little section will end up actually being 3 rows for me. Then I'm going to take my Shining Jam and I'm going to use that to just make sure my part is nice and clean before I go through and I start doing the actual vertical parts. So I just part a little section, add some more Shining Jam on that specific part, then I will put my rubber band on and twist it down just to make sure it's out of my way. Then I will repeat the process on the next part of my hair. As you can see here, I have 4 little sections all covering the back row, and that's my first row down. Next, I'm going to go ahead and break this other section in half. And once I start my second row, I'm going to use the middle of the bottom row as a guide so that you'll create more of a checkerboard kind of effect. That way your braids don't line up perfectly on top of each other. Using the previous row as a guide to make my next row also helps with as far as spacing and making sure that my braids aren't too full because they kind of fall in one another. And that way I don't have a lot of bulking, especially in the back part of my head. From there, I'm going to repeat the same process, and I'm going to go ahead and start with my third row, which will be the last part of this lower section behind my ears. As you can see, the back part is finished and it looks nice and clean, even though everything's not perfectly square, but everything's about the same size. Next, I'm going to create a row starting at the temple or like the end of my eyebrow, and that's going to wrap again from my right side all the way over to my left side. And I ended up cleaning up this part off camera just because it was not cooperating with me at all. From there, I'm going to use the same technique of aligning the previous row to the top row, but I'm going to start in the middle. That way I can make sure that these braids line up before doing my sides. as you can see, I have 4 parts in the center of my head that line up just like the previous rows. From there, then I'll go through and I'll make 3 parts on the side of my head. And I opted to do 3 parts here instead of 4. And you're gonna notice the frontmost box where my edges are is gonna look really wide, but I don't like to make the parts on my edges really small. I have very thin edges, so they are delicate, and I'm not ripping them out for anything. And you can see that side turned out pretty nice, and once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and do it to the other. Next, I'm going to repeat that process and do one more complete row from the top of my temple on the right side to the top of my temple on the left side. And again, I had to straighten this part off camera, just was not working with me. So this row will turn out fairly similar to the row before it because, again, you're going to use that one as a guide to make sure that your new set of parts are in the center of the previous row's parts. Now that the sides of my head are finished and I just have the top remaining, we're going to go through and we're just going to part straight back. Now I changed my parting here just to kind of make it a little easier on myself, but we're still going to use the previous row to line up and guide the top row. And I repeated this process over and over again.
But mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I...
At this portion, you're going to notice that my hair isn't going to be completely square right here. And that's because I decided I wanted a side part, and I didn't want to sacrifice my part for squares, if that makes sense. So once I had my part defined on one side, I went ahead and started the other to just fill in the rest of the spaces, continuing to part straight back and then making sure all of my vertical parts are in the center of the previous row's parts. So guys, honestly, this process can be kind of long and tedious. It did take me about 2 hours to finish twisting up my hair, but I really wanted my parts to be nice and straight, and it makes it so much easier when you part your hair before you start braiding it, because I feel like I don't have to go through the stress of making sure every single individual part is straight as I'm doing it. I feel like that's way more stressful. It could just be me, but this I feel like saves me time.
I don't deny there's some strange evolutionary process going on, but mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today is evidence of that.
guys, this is the last row. Woo! My celebratory dance. And again, we're just gonna do it the same way. And since it is in the middle, you can kind of decide which side you want to line the braids up with, because like this one doesn't kind of fit perfectly with the, if you align your vertical parts on one side, it matches, but it doesn't on the other side. So it doesn't particularly matter. So just use your best judgment when it comes to that. And there you have it, guys. My hair is completely finished. I'm so excited. And as you can see, look how clean these parts are. And you can see what I mean about them falling into each other. Look how clean that is. Tell me that's not nice. Tell me that's not nice. Okay, I'm finished. Bye, guys. Okay, guys, so that is how I pre-part my hair when I'm about to do my braids or twist. Is it perfect? No, but is it relatively clean? And does it give you a guide that I very much needed when I first started braiding my hair and didn't really have? Absolutely. So I have 80 parts in my hair now, and that's a good full size for me. That might be a lot to some people, but one, I have a big head. Let's just go ahead and call that facts. Two, I have extremely thick hair, so I knew it was going to be somewhere between 70 and 90. I really hope you guys found this video helpful. Please let me know if you're going to give this a try, or if you found that I set up a good guide for you, because nobody really showed me a guide when I was figuring out how to braid my hair. I just kind of did it, and this kind of worked. So please leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Please comment down below anything you would like to comment down below, and be sure to subscribe on your way out. It would really mean a lot to me. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye, guys.
The fact that you and I are working here today is evidence of that.